Cheers folks, and welcome to my channel. Now, I haven't posted Alliance War videos for a few days now, and there's a very simple explanation for that, and that is that it was my birthday, as well as actually other family birthdays. So I spent a long weekend and got caught in a lot of family festivities. So I was only back up for the last two wars. Nevertheless, I wanted to post what I can post about those two wars. I will start with actually the second war, which was Alliance War 5 in this Season 5, and that was against the Alliance Bond of Unity. Now, we fought against them quite a few times, actually, and quite a strong alliance. Last season, they ended in the Master Bracket, and currently they are number 20 in war rating, or they have been just prior to the war when we matched them. It was a very tough war, was a very close war actually. Very few deaths on both sides, but at the end of the day, we actually managed to win this war, which was great. Another win in the season, and I didn't really fight because the 9 other beasts in my battle group were just too good. They didn't really need me, and I was, as I said, backup, so there was no need for a backup that war, so unfortunately, I don't have any video to share on this war, but that's also why I wanted to start with that war, which was actually war number 5. Now, war number 4 was against APOCO. They now renamed themselves into Make APOCO Angry Again. Also a Master Alliance from last season, and currently, or before we met them in that war, they were rated number 3 actually in war rating. Now, they got docked last season for whatever they did that was against the terms of service of Kabam, but now they changed leadership, and I just, hope for them that from now on everything will be fair and clean. What they did prior to the war is that I would say half of the members in each battle group changed their names to what in the end was, I was told, Korean signs, or at least Asian signs. I don't want to offend anybody because I'm not really the expert in Asian letters, but I was told it was Korean. And, like this probably tried to confuse us a little bit. At the end of the day, you can still identify, who is who. It was not that big of a deal. I think it was just some small maneuver they did in order to get a little bit of insecurity into us. But I have to say, at the end of the day, the war was really fair. It didn't feel at all like there was some piloting or whatever going on. So, really just a fair war on both sides. But, of course, it's one of the top 5 alliances, I would say. And that makes it always very, very special. You're fighting for the few spots on top that get the podium, or otherwise you're just battling for a master rank. But so everybody is of course trying to do whatever is within the legal frame of Kabam's terms of service to get a little bit the upper hand in those kind of wars. Now, again, as I said in the beginning, also in this war I was backup, but I was actually needed in that war. And also, I'm quite happy because I can also show you a different node and actually a different team for once than what I use in my previous videos. So it was clear that we needed somebody to take on node 37, which is a node which is a poison node. And there was a tech champ on that node, so I, as a backup, went in, especially with Hyperion. I took with me Ultron and Iron Man, basically for the crit synergies. That's the only reason I brought those two, because it was clear that I only have to do that one fight on that poison node, and that's why I knew that I could just bring 2 champions that gave good synergies to Hyperion, and I chose to take the critical damage synergies from Ultron and from Iron Man. And then, as you can see here, I'm going through the middle lane. On the half right side, and I've taken that side before. You've seen it in another video, but usually after this very first section here on path 6, I would change with my Void team to path 7 to continue there. Not this time. This time I proceed straight ahead and follow my teammates who did the next fight. And then actually it's not about, it's about this node right here. That's node 37. And node 37, as I said, is a poison node. So inflicts poison, draining 100% health over 60 seconds. It's got an enhanced special 2. Otherwise, 200% health attack and another 100% health extra. And another note that is very important about this one is brute force. Brute force meaning that you have to at least hit your opponent once every 6 seconds, otherwise you start degenerating, and that goes rather quickly. You degenerate 100% of your health within 30 seconds. So you have to make sure that you're able to hit your opponent at least once within 6 seconds. And because of that, a lot of the opponents put Iron Man Infinity War. Because again, he's basically parry-stun immune, so you can't directly hit him very, very quickly, which you know, is the risk with this brute force node, that you don't manage to hit him within 6 seconds. I think what's most important is you still fight him like you would fight any other Iron Man Infinity War. You wait until he fires off his heavy, then you intercept the heavy either with your own heavy or with a special attack. You wait until he has a special 1 ready and then let him fire off his special 1, and then it's basically rinse and repeat. The thing is, don't get impatient, don't panic if those 6 seconds, the 6-second timer runs off. That's probably the biggest risk, that you start panicking and doing something strange or, you know, hectic. Just keep it fighting as you would normally fight. And that's what I'm doing here. Now, I was lucky also on top because our opponent, or my opponent in this case, placed Iron Man Infinity War with Suicide. So every time he fired off his special, he lost health. But at the end of the day, if you stick to the same tactics, intercept his heavy attack, let him fire off his special attacks 1. If it takes a bit longer than those 6 seconds, it's not a big problem. You take some damage, but, you know, again, it's scratches. It's always better to take scratches than to die. So don't panic, don't be impatient. And that was already the only fight I actually had to do for that war. I'm very sorry that I can't show you any more fights, but again, different team, different node, so at least I still think on the one fight that I showed, I could, you know, try to be a little bit informative about what to do and how to fight it. And as I said, it was a very important war for us. It was a top 5 alliance war, and it's those wars that you actually want to have your perfect war, and that's exactly what we did. Our alliance managed to win this war with 0 deaths. We didn't die a single time in the entire war in any of our battle groups. And that's just a big shout out to all my team members in my alliance who just really rocked those 3 maps and managed to get all nodes, everything down without dying once, which is fantastic, absolutely amazing performance of everyone in my team. So, very happy, and again, we're still on a winning streak. Now we have 5 wins in a row, and still hope to have a peek at that podium at the end of the season. I think that would be great if we managed again to be on the podium in Season 5. Again, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more war videos, also where I fight more in the future, hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you very soon. Cheers, folks.